Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to Game Day in the Region on the Region Sports Network. Streaming worldwide on the internet at facebook.com/regionsports and regionsports.com. We come to you today from Highland High School as the Highland Holiday Hoopfest presented by Laborers Local 41 brings us a great matchup between the Munster Mustangs and Gary Lighthouse. Should be a fun one here. I'm Michael Brenner. I'll have the play-by-play for today's game, and joining me with the color analysis, I call him the Switch Army Knife of the Region Sports Network, Mr. Nathan Laird himself.
Good to be working with you again, Michael. We had a fun one this morning. Portage advancing to the semifinals with a win over Kankakee Valley. The winner of this game will get the Indians in tonight's semifinal matchup. Will it be the Munster Mustangs? Will it be the Lions of Lighthouse, who are a late replacement here? Griffith out because of COVID. Lighthouse had an opening in their schedule, able to take their place, and I think we're going to have a good one here this afternoon. Munster comes in, just one loss on the season. Lighthouse 2-3. They've lost to some pretty good competition on those three losses. LaPorte, La Lumiere, Fort Wayne Blackhawk, a 5-point loss to Michigan City. So don't be fooled by this Lighthouse's team's 2-3 record. I think this team could compete today. Yeah, Shamar May is going to be one of those guys to watch on the floor for Lighthouse. So definitely a team to watch. We'll see how they play today. Tim May's in his first season as head coach for the Lions as well. Yeah, and that's kind of the theme of this tournament is first-year head coaches at their school. I believe we said 6 of the 8 teams that are here participating in this tournament. First-year head coaches at their school, 4 of them first year ever as a head coach. So that's kind of theme here that continues with Coach Mays for Lighthouse. Not one of those 4, not one of those 6. Mike Hackett of the Munster Mustangs, veteran head coach. You look at his resume of what he's done at Munster, it's impressive. In 22 years of doing it as well. He's in his 22nd season as head coach of the Mustangs. And who was the guy that we wanted to spotlight for Munster who has nearly a double-double on average this season? Yeah, the 6'5 junior Brandon Trilly averaging on the season 21 points a game, 9.7 rebounds per game as well. So just shy of the double-double. So an outstanding season so far for Brandon Trilly in the first 6 games of the season for the Munster Mustangs. We'll see if he's the focal point of the offense once again today. But they got a few guys in double figures as well, including Sean Kimball averaging 10 points, and the sophomore David Cundiff averaging 10.2 per game. So 3 scorers and double figures for the Mustangs. Yeah, the Mustangs coming out here. They've had to cancel a game against Lake Central last week, so first time on the floor probably for them in a little while, as many of these teams after the holiday break and everything like that. So be interesting to see how these two teams match up today. Munster and Lighthouse coming up in just a few moments. Stay tuned. We'll have all that action for you. We'll name some award winners down at the end as well. We got 3 awards we're going to hand out in the postgame. We got basketballs bouncing, so we're going to be making sure we get all this action to you here at the Highland Holiday Hoops Fest. You're watching Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Indiana laborers are the best trained, safest, and most productive workforce around. Day after day, year after year, union laborers in Indiana go to work and get the job done. On time, on budget, and with fewer lost time accidents than any other trade. Why is that? It starts with the training these professionals receive through the Indiana Laborers Training Trust Fund. Since 1968, we've been responsible for a hands-on skill training program that has enrolled more than 25,000 laborers. Take the finest instructors and staff in the industry. Leading-edge training facilities in a safe environment conducive to learning, and combined with an eager and qualified laborers to produce the safest, most productive, and reliable workforce in the industry. The proud men and women of Indiana's Laborers International Union.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
Did you know? Wow, they'll prepare fresh fish while you wait.
Did you know?
They make over 40,000 donuts from scratch every week?
Did you know?
They offer 23 different deli platters for your party?
Did you know?
They have freshly chopped fajita mix ready to cook.
Did you know?
They have the best fried chicken in the area?
Did you know?
They offer our signature curbside service 14 hours a day.
Strachan Van Til, now you know.
The team of sports medicine experts at Orthopedic Specialists of Northwest Indiana is committed to getting athletes back in the game, with a focus on not only helping patients recover from injuries, but helping improve athletic performance to prevent injuries. Orthopedic Specialists provides the most advanced, comprehensive care to their patients. To learn more about all Orthopedic Specialists can do to help rehab and prevent athletic injuries, visit them on the web at osni.org or call them at 219-923-3300. Orthopedic Specialists of Northwest Indiana, providing world-class.
Java Wave at your local Family Express is the perfect way to get your day started or keep you moving at any time. With 12 freshly ground bean-to-cup flavors to choose from, Java Wave at Family Express has just what you're looking for, whether it's hot or iced coffee. To see all of the delicious flavor options and to find a Family Express near you, log on to familyexpress.com/JavaWave.
You are watching Game Day in the Region on the Region Sports Network and the Highland Holiday Hoopfest presented by Laborers Local 41. To find out how you can have a career as a union laborer, check out laborers41.com. Michael Brander here along with Nathan Laird to bring you this matchup between Lighthouse and Munster. Now, they will not be introducing the starting lineups for both teams, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now for you. For the Lighthouse Lions, we've got DeMonte Rembert. He's number 0. Devarius Stewart, number 3. Reginald Holloway, number 5. Shamar Mays, number 11. And Anton Winder at number 21. And then for the Munster Mustangs, you got David Cundiff. He's number 2. Yao Awua, number 3. Jermaine Coney, number 5. Nolan Kinsella, number 11. And then Brandon Trilly, number 32. And we told you in our open, a couple you got to keep your eyes on. Shamar Mays for Lighthouse, and then Brandon Trilly for the Mustangs.
It's going to be an interesting matchup on the inside. Trilly 6'5", as I mentioned, averaging just shy of 10 rebounds a game, 21 points, going up against DeMonte Rembert of Lighthouse, 6'7".
Is that tall?
That is tall. That's taller than me. That's for sure. Slightly taller than you.
Slightly. By, I don't know, how many, 7 inches? Something like that? I forget how tall I am. So that's I forget how tall I tell people I am.
It's going to be an interesting matchup to watch in the paint there. Trilly's got a advantage.
Well, you can see it on display right now. Rembert, they're at center court, ready to tip this one off for Lighthouse. This one tipped back out towards the Mustangs, so it'll be the Mustangs to control early on here. Coney with the Cundiff with the basketball. Giving inside now to Trilly. Kinsella. Awua. Baseline, losing this one on his foot is Comey, and now we got a knocked out of bounds, so it'll stay here with the Mustangs. And I'd venture to believe that really wasn't off Lighthouse. I think a foul should have been called there instead, but I like the no call on the foul.
Oh, yeah, especially early in the game. Let them play. Lighthouse's defense, very aggressive, though, here in the very early going.
And it's a little bit of zone type. They're working on the help defense for sure, trying to get guys in more of a zone as opposed to like right on their guy, but just trying to cut off any lanes that might be available for the Mustangs. Certainly don't want to get backdoored on that baseline is what they was looking like they were trying to do here. Holloway. Giving up to Mays. Shamar Mays, the guy to keep your eye on here. Pulls up for 3. It was blocked on its way up. Trying to keep it, though. He kept his shot. Now going right to the window. It was a little too strong, but the rebound still coming down to Rembert. He pulls up for the baseline jumper. Rolls right off the other side of the rim, and here come the Mustangs now.
Rembert with 2 good looks down low after getting 2 offensive rebounds, just unable to convert.
And we'll have a foul here, and it looks like it's against Shamar Mays for the first foul. His first and the team's first.
You saw after that that miss that Trilly took off down court. So he gets it underneath, puts it in with his left hand. They're going to count the bucket?
Yep. They are going to count the bucket, and he's going to go to the line to shoot 1.
But as I was saying, when Trilly ran down court, he gave a huge rebounding advantage to Lighthouse there to Rembert as he collected 2 offensive rebounds, unable to convert. They're going to need Trilly to stay in the paint there and bang bodies there.
Well, he gets a 3-point play the old-fashioned way. I'm working on my rhyming during the course of the broadcast just for you.
Shoots for 3, yes, sirree.
All right, we're done with that. All right, Stewart with the basketball, giving up. It's only fun when I do it, I feel.
Sorry.
Yours feels more like dad jokey type of way.
Well, that's what I do.
Rembert gives up. Stewart trying to drive into a lane, can't find a passing opportunity. Now going all the way to the rim was Holloway. He had it poked away. Lighthouse able to control here on the rebound. Looking for a pass into the corner. That's Holloway. Now they hand it off to Mays, who pulls it for a long-range three, way deep.
That's Steph Curry range right there.
Shamar Mays ties the game at 3 for Lighthouse.
Active hands, though, by Lighthouse on that defensive end. On the offensive end. Getting the ball back.
Cundiff with the little drops right there. Puts Munster back on top. So here comes Lighthouse again. Pulling up for 3. Hits the back of the iron. We saw some really good blocking out defense there for the Mustangs. Stewart was up with the 3. Trilly with the basketball. Awua gives up now. Coney trying to cut to the back door. Just a little strong on the pass, and here comes Lighthouse. Driving on that left side, Stewart. Working around Cundiff. Really nice move and knocked out of bounds by Awua. Checking into the game for Lighthouse will be Elijah Bryant. Holloway's the one coming off.
Reginald Holloway off the floor.
Shamar Mays for another deep 3, just off the back of the front of the iron there. Now given to Cundiff on the lead away. He goes all the way to the rack.
Like the pace of play that Munster's playing at. They're not hesitating at all.
Yeah, those
that fast break going.
Yeah, the fast break points, transition offense. They're going with a little zone defense. It's like it was looking like a zone defense. Now it's a little bit more man-to-man. Mays. Rembert. See, the nice thing about Mays going for those deep 3s is now he's going to have to pull guys out as we see a 2-point attempt put up by Rembert. No good. Mays gets the rebound, gives it up to Stewart for 3. He connects.
Second 3-pointer of the quarter for Lighthouse makes it a 7-6 ball game in favor of Munster.
What I was saying about Shamar Mays pulling that, going for those long-range 3s is that's going to force guys to come out to go up on him even from way out there. And that's going to leave guys open down near the paint later on in the game as Coney comes in and gets a bucket.
Nice pass by Trilly to find Coney right underneath the basket for the easy 2.
Unless you're willing to settle for those 3s for Lighthouse. We see a foul. That'll likely be against Coney here. His first and the team's first.
They've hit 2 of them, but they've taken at least 3, if not 4. 3s here in the first 4 minutes of this game.
Well, if you're shooting 50%, that's not too shabby. Yeah.
Can you sustain that, though?
Pulling up for another 3. It's the iron. And it's not like they're way off. That one's staying just a little bit inside.
Right.
So it's not like he's far off from hitting that. So I'd be taking that all day. I'd be happy with those shots.
And really, I think the worst look of the ones we've seen was the one that was really deep from Shamar Mays that he ended up hitting.
Yeah.
They've had good looks at 3.
Trying to pass into the middle here off the zone, and it squeaks home for Trilly.
He gets the nice bounce there. But he had no hesitation there and turn around taking that jumper.
5 points for Trilly already in this one, and it averages, as Nathan said, to about 21 a game. Shamar Mays on the baseline, almost turning it over. Stewart trying to find a lane on the baseline. It's cut off, though. Give this to Bryant. Feeding down underneath, but almost losing the possession. Giving up to Mays for 3. He's just off the mark, a little bit wide on the play. Here comes Kinsella to the rack, almost laying that one home, and Bryant comes away with it. And now down the floor is Winder. And Winder losing the possession. Munster will come away with it under 3 minutes to play. Cundiff gives the pass to Trilly, and he's just off the mark off the window. So not the possessions that Munster's looking for. Mays gives up to Stewart for the open 3, and he connects.
All of Lighthouse's points have come via the 3 ball here in this first quarter.
2-point game with Munster on top. Right at the 2:30 mark about here, 2:33. Feeding inside to Trilly. Long skip pass out. Here's Coney. Pass it around the perimeter. This leaves a 3 open for Awua. And he misses on that attempt. So here comes Lighthouse back in transition. Looking down low, right underneath the basket. Windor off the window.
Nice vision there by Devarius Stewart to find his open teammate. We got a tie ball game here, just over 2 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Coney has this one blocked by Rembert, and now we'll see a foul against Munster here.
Really?
And that is his first, team second.
Malachi Bowen checking in for Lighthouse. A couple new players in for Munster as well. Nolan Kinsella and Ryan...
Sorry, which number are you looking at here?
11 for Munster.
Kinsella. Nolan Kinsella for Munster.
And 10, I'm sorry.
10 is Giba, Ryan Giba. Stewart with the basketball now, gives up to Shamar Mays. Tough defense against him. Here's Winder. Giving out now Bowen. Mays trying to go all the way to the rack. It's mugged underneath. Here's Kinsella now to the rack. He knocks it down and gets fouled.
Nice job transitioning to his right hand there. He was going to go left hand, but he had the defender that was Devarius Stewart right there with him. And Kinsella switches to his right hand at the last second. Not only gets the bucket, but draws the foul. Munster playing that transition game.
So Kinsella to the line to shoot one. The foul was against Stewart. And knocks that one down. Kinsella. 3 team fouls for Lighthouse. Shamar Mays. So far the guy that's been spotlighted is Stewart, hitting those 2 threes. Cundiff trying to fight for that one. This one picked up by Bryant, but it's going to go out of bounds. But a 3-point game here. Munster on top. Skiba, as we mentioned in the game, he's making his way down the floor along with Cundiff here with the basketball. Trilly trying to go for that one. It's going to go out of bounds. It's going to stay here with the Mustangs, though. 44.8 seconds to go in this opening quarter. Here at the Highland Holiday Hoopfest, winner will get Portage. The count is on. The inbound will go to Kinsella. Swinging around the perimeter. Here's Giba for the 3. No good. Shamar Mays with 38 seconds to go comes down the floor. Pulling up for 3 and connecting again, Devarius Stewart.
Devarius Stewart making an early case for that Crowd Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game. What a first quarter for him.
And we are tied at 14. Cundiff going to hold for the last shot, it looks like. 17 seconds on the clock right now. As he's watching the clock, and you see the defense set up here. Trying to figure out a way, and there's almost a turnover. Munster able to keep with 5 seconds. Here's a 3 from Cundiff. It's no good. Shamar Mays able to keep. Gets it off in time. Oh, and just missing the half-court heave. Oh, man, that would have been electric had that gone in. That would have been an IQ or SEC play of the game right off the bat in the first quarter.
We could have locked that one down.
All right, we're going to step aside to start the second quarter. You're watching Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Java Wave at your local Family Express is the perfect way to get your day started or keep you moving at any time. With 12 freshly ground bean-to-cup flavors to choose from, Java Wave at Family Express has just what you're looking for, whether it's hot or iced coffee. To see all of the delicious flavor options and to find a Family Express near you, log on to familyexpress.com/JavaWave.
Welcome back as Laborers Local 41 presents RSN Game Day coverage at the Highland Holiday Hoopfest right here on the Region Sports Network. Laborers Local 41 offering apprenticeship programs. For more info, visit laborers41.com. Give this to Trilly. He goes to the window and knocks it down right off the bat. Nice move for Trilly. 7 points already.
Cundiff with the steal, setting up that fast break, and also made a nice pass.
So 2-point lead for Munster. 3-point shot for Bryant. Off the mark. Rebound by Cundiff. Like Cundiff was trying to draw a little bit of contact there to maybe get a call. And here's the 3-point shot from Cundiff.
Bombs away here in this one. We've seen a lot of deep three-pointers.
It's raining threes here at Highland High School. 5-point lead for the Mustangs. Devarius Stewart with the basketball. He's already knocked down 3 trays in this one. Bowen had it poked away. And laying it home, Sean Kimball.
And just like that, within 1 minute, Munster scored 7 points. It was 14-14 tie, now 21-14 in favor of the Mustangs.
So that goes to show you what the Mustangs can do. This team is not a safe team to go up against if you're Lighthouse. Can't take this team any easier. All right, here comes Trilly on the turnover. He looked like he wanted to get airborne, tried to go for the reverse. He should have gone up on the right side, but maybe got a little bit too much traffic in his way.
So give it up to step threw him off, I think.
Mays with some nice dribbling skills there. Got to believe Stewart's going to start drawing some attention here. Gets the double there, which leaves open right underneath the basket was Winder, but he has it poked away. A little too strong on the layup attempt. Shamar Mays stealing that one, but Munster keeps. Had it poked away. Stewart going to go spinning move. Had his stripped, but it's going to be a foul. And I believe it's going to be Awua with the steal. I'm sorry, with the foul.
Very Stewart all over the place on both ends of the court.
So he's making a case for, let's see here. Did they call it on Stewart? Or no, they called it on
Cundiff.
They called it on Cundiff. Interesting. Okay. Third team foul.
Malachi Bowen back in the game for Lighthouse.
Shamar Mays trying for that 3 again. It's just off the mark. Awua got knocked in the face. He's kind of a little groggy coming back down. Some with his eyes, it looks like a little bit. They try to feed inside to Trilly. Cundiff for 3 again and knocks it down. That's 10 points already for Cundiff in this one. 4 in the first quarter, now 6 on back-to-back trays on his shots.
That's a season average, too, is 10.
All right, so he's done for the game.
If you're Munster, you sure hope not.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. Mays going all the way to the rack. No bucket there, but it looks like Bowen there to clean it up and continue on here.
Lighthouse needed that in the worst way.
Trilly underneath the basket getting pushed. That's going to be a travel. He walked almost the entire length of the paint there on the baseline.
Nice defense there by 24 Solomon Johnson for the Lions. Really giving Trilly no options.
Which is good defense by Lighthouse. You gotta love that effort there. 8-point lead for Munster right now. Just over 5 minutes to go.
Holloway and Rembert back in the game for Lighthouse.
Holloway giving up to Mays. Mays inside to Rembert. Now Mays step back for 3. Just off the mark. Rembert tried to grab a hold of it to put it back home, but...
Yeah, tried to do a quick catch and put back in, just not able to corral it. Mustang ball.
Rembert, a senior on this Lighthouse team. Getting inside to Trilly for the jumper from the elbow and good.
He loves that elbow jumper. We've seen him hit a couple of them here in this game with no hesitation to go up with it.
Mays looking like he wants to dominate the game. Gives it up to Holloway. Holloway from the free throw line knocks it down. Passing it down the floor. Kimball back out to Cundiff. Feeding inside to Trilly. This time the right elbow. Now off to Kimball for 3. We'll call it a pass now as that one tipped out of bounds as it was given out to Coney there. I'll be generous. I'll call it a pass.
Yeah, let's go with that. They're going to get call the foul on Bowen, his first.
Team fourth, so Coney will go to the line to shoot 2. And knocks the first one down. Third free throw for Munster. They're 3 for 3 from the line. And 4 for 4. Thought I was going to put the announcer's jinx on it, but I didn't. You'd have more confidence in me than that, Nathan.
I have 0 confidence in you.
All right, well, this will be my last broadcast. I'll see you guys later. 10-point game with Munster on top.
He's going to be called for the foul.
Both teams with 4 fouls. Mays trying to ride the baseline, going with a reverse. Oh, it just rolled off. Man, what kind of a play that would have been. That would have been beautiful.
That would have been a candidate for that IKORCC play of the game. He just did not get the roll as DeMonte Rembert called for the foul on the offensive rebound attempt, his second.
So with 4:08, that's still good. He can still be out there and playing. So
not time to worry about that yet.
Cundiff gets across the timeline, gives to Kimball. Now Coney. Back to Kimball. He pulls up for 3. Hits the iron. Rebounded by Rembert. Here comes Mays down the floor. Left side, now going center, back to the left, dribbling behind the back. All the way back to Mays. Really good defense by these Mustangs, leaving no room here as he pulls up for 3 and connects. Shamar Mays.
He's not shy from downtown, and he hits that one. His second 3 of the game?
Pulls it with his 7, yes. Trilly has that one stripped, and it'll be a foul on Rembert. That's his 3rd. Now it's time to worry. Oh, they do not call it on Rembert. Excuse me.
It's Malachi Bowen, his 2nd. Devarius Stewart looks to check back in, along with Anton Winder.
That is the 6th-team foul, by the way, for Lighthouse. Trilly knocks that one down. Make sure you stay with us after the game as we'll name the Crowd Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game. The Crowd Companies are the insurance superheroes.
Elijah Bryant also checking in for Lighthouse. Giba checking in for Munster.
3:28 to go in this opening half between the Mustangs and the Lions. Trilly knocks both of them down. He's 3 for 3 from the line. Munster, 6 of 6 from the line for Munster.
Michael.
No, you're fine.
16-7 scoring advantage in the second quarter so far here for the Mustangs. We're tied at 14 at the end of 1.
Stewart pulling this one out, waiting for something to get set up here. Not really much room. This Munster defense is almost locked down as Mays going, trying to feed inside. Thought he was going to be able to get a little cut pass there, but it wasn't available for Bryant. Now it's a skip pass, and it's an open 3 for Mays, and he connects.
Lighthouse continues to shoot well from the 3-point line. That's keeping them in this ballgame.
9 points, all trays, or triples for Mays.
He's got 3, and Stewart has 3 as well, I believe.
Correct. And we'll have a tie-up called.
Possession stays with the Mustangs. So they're the only guys who have hit 3s for Lighthouse?
Yes.
So 18 of their 24 points have come from beyond the 3-point line.
And David Cundiff has hit 2 threes as well for the Mustangs. It is out to Giba. Now Coney in the corner. Giving it up Kimball. Swing up perimeter. Cundiff was trying to join the party with 3 triples. And we'll have a turnover here.
We got a timeout.
Timeout taken for Lighthouse.
Let's see if it's a 30 or a 4.
It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. I'm really impressed with the pace of play in this one here between both teams. And Munster looks like a little bit more of a physical team in terms of their ability to block defense and everything like that, but Lighthouse is really finding those areas to be able to hit the 3s at opportune times.
Yeah, Lighthouse is doing a good job making those passes, finding the open guys. You look at that last 3 hit by Shamar Mays. You know, he was cutting below the basket. Elijah Bryant had maybe a small window to pass it to him. Passed that up, but Mays continued his cut to the corner where Bryant found him there to hit the wide open 3. So rather than trying to force something in, being patient on that pass and finding him wide open for the 3. And like I said, they've taken a bunch of 3s in this ballgame. They've hit 6 of them, and they've all been pretty good looks.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, they're getting into a spot where their guys leaving them open, and Devarius Stewart able to save that one. Not in a very good corner there, but he's able to go all the way to the rim. Oh, my gosh, he had a little spin move there with the wrist, but that one is blocked by Cundiff, and Cundiff can't believe it. And I think he's got an argument because that looked like all ball.
Yeah, and I don't think the official that made the call had a great angle on it because that looked like he got all ball there. That's his Cundiff's 2nd.
5th team foul, and that will send Shamar Mays to the line. And he doesn't connect on the free throw. Yes, Okundov is going to come off the floor with his second foul. 1:58 to go. And knocks the second one down, Shamar Mays. That is the first set of free throws attempted for Lighthouse in this game. Feeding down to Trilly. Trilly going up, but no basket. It might have been on the floor anyway. The official didn't wave off any basket. And the foul is going to be on Rembert.
That will be number 3 on him.
Yes. So now it's time to start worrying about his fouls. Because that's 3 on Rembert. And that's the 7th team foul, so automatic 1-1 for Munster.
But Lighthouse slowly clawing their way back into this game. It was a 10-point lead for Munster, now down to 5. Make it 6.
Well, and the thing about for Lighthouse they can do now, too, is they don't have to settle. I mean, not that they ever had to in this game already settle for 3-point baskets. I think that's just kind of what they like to do.
Mm-hmm.
But certainly you can attack the rim, and the more you shoot from the outside, the more it's going to be left open down near the baseline. Truly having a really good day from the charity stripe. 5 for 5.
Not too shabby.
8 for 8 for Munster. And then we've seen games so far this year as Mays.
Now that, we talked about some open looks, some good looks. That doesn't qualify.
Correct. Here's a 3-point basket that does connect. That's Kinsella for 3. We do have a whistle.
The net is caught up there.
And we'll have that. I didn't realize that was such a big deal to it. Well, I guess it could it prevent from a ball from going all the way down?
I think so.
Or prevent it, if maybe it gets stopped there and then comes out. I don't know.
And we saw that 2 or 3 times last night and a couple times here so far this morning. And just like that, back up to a 10-point lead for the Mustangs.
Stewart pulling up from 3. Just off the mark. And again, we say that the one from Mays was way too deep, but it's not like it was that off. It hit the iron. That one rattles around. It's like these 3-point baskets are going AWOL as Trilly getting the bucket.
Boy, Trilly showing that power, grabs the offensive rebound. And that was just strength right there to follow that shot through and have it fall. And you said he's 5 for 5 from the line. He's got a chance to be 6 for 6 here. Yeah, the last 2 threes for Lighthouse, not off the line or anything, but again, you have to look at shot selection. And, were either of them the, best shots you could have taken at those times.
Passing it into the corner for Stewart. Almost had it tipped. Stewart trying to spin just outside the paint. Bryant. Giving to Winder. Under a minute to play, 54 seconds. Into the corner for Mays. Mays steps back, puts up a 3 again, and connects.
Number 4 for Shamar Mays.
Leaves it a 10-point lead for the Mustangs, 38-28. But like you said, these threes are what's keeping Lighthouse in this game. So if they're going to connect at over 50%, they're going to be in this game for sure.
21 of their 28 points have come from the 3-point ball.
I'm impressed. You didn't have to take your shoes off for that.
It's because they only have 6 toes.
I have questions. Give inside to Trilly now. Going around Kinsella, back to Awua. 8 seconds. We'll see who gets the chance. He dishes it out to the corner. It's saved by Giba, who puts up the shot. No good. 1 second to go. And
they're going to call a foul.
They're going to call a foul before time expires.
On Awua.
So that foul is on Awua. So they will...
They're not the bonus or anything, so that's going to be the half.
Yeah, it wasn't on a shooting attempt, so that is 6 team fouls for Munster, but that foul will count against the Mustangs and will count against Awua when it comes to the second half, as that's the second foul. All right, your halftime score, 38 for the Mustangs, 28 for the Lions. We'll be right back for a little halftime conversation, if you will. You're watching Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
It's been said that one man's junk is another man's treasure. But at Total Disposal, your junk is our junk. Think of Total Disposal as that key player that has several options: commercial, residential, or hand off your junk at our Blaine Street Partners transfer station. Total Disposal is more than a service provider. We are an innovator for a sustainable tomorrow, well beyond the curb. For a complete list of services, go to TotalDisposal.com. Honesty and dependability, that's the Total Disposal promise.
Indiana laborers are the best trained, safest, and most productive workforce around. Day after day, year after year, union laborers in Indiana go to work and get the job done. On time, on budget, and with fewer lost time accidents than any other trade. Why is that? It starts with the training these professionals receive through the Indiana Laborers Training Trust Fund. Since 1968, we've been responsible for a hands-on skill training program that has enrolled more than 25,000 laborers. Take the finest instructors and staff in the industry. Leading-edge training facilities in a safe environment conducive to learning, and combined with the eager and qualified laborers to produce the safest, most productive, and reliable workforce in the industry. The proud men and women of Indiana's Laborers International Union.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
Welcome back to Game Day here on the Region Sports Network. Mike Brenner here along with Nathan Laird here at the Highland Holiday Hoopfest, brought to you by Laborers Local 41. Very entertaining first half between Munster and Lighthouse.
Yeah, saw a lot of action in that first half. You know, we got a 10-point game, 38-28 in favor of the Mustangs. I've been very impressed with Munster's transition game, turning defense into offense. They have not slowed down. When they have a fast break opportunity, the Mustangs are going for it right away. They've been very aggressive offensively, turning that defense into offense. And for Lighthouse, three-point shooting's kept them in this ballgame.
41% three-point shooting. I'll take that any day of the week, in my opinion. They are 7 of 17 from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and that's Shamar Mays, 4 for 10, and Devarius Stewart, 3 of 6 from the three-point line. Just those two guys alone are 7 for 16. So some impressive shooting for them, and like I said, 21 of their 28 have come from three-point land. So that's what's keeping the Lions in this ballgame. They just got to make sure they don't get too overly aggressive there and wait for a good three-point shot. We saw a couple, maybe rushed ones in the last couple possessions of that first half. But if they're going to stay in this ballgame, they're going to need to continue to shoot like that from three.
One thing that also stands out to me for the Mustangs, 9 for 9 from the free throw line. So that's 9 points that are just given to them to shoot. Obviously, they have to make them to get those points, but they are given to them in terms of getting a chance to just shoot a basket. Well, 9 points, we have a 10-point lead.
And Brandon Trilly's been a big part of that. He's 6 for 6 from the line himself. That's part of his 16 points in the first half. He averages 21 on the season. He's got 16 already at halftime. David Cundiff averages 10 per game in the first 6 games on the season. He's got 10 already in this first half, including being 2 for 4 from the three-point line himself. So those two players right there have been big for the Mustangs. You look at David Cundiff, 2 for 2 shooting, 2 for 2 on 2-point field goals attempt, 2 for 4 from 3. He's also dished out 4 assists and hauled in 3 rebounds. David Cundiff had a real nice first half for the Mustangs.
Yeah, this has been really entertaining so far. We'll have to see how Lighthouse continues with this pace. If they get into foul trouble in the second half, that might be a little bit difference maker, because then Munster will get to shoot from the charity stripe, where they're obviously doing very well. But if they can stay disciplined and keep hitting from 3 at this 40% clip like they're hitting, this is going to be a ball game down the stretch.
Yeah, and Lighthouse, I think, in the half-court defense is doing a nice job. Mm-hmm. It's those transition buckets like we mentioned, and then when they do play half-court defense, seemingly they're picking up a foul almost every time. And Munster's had how many chances for and ones in those old-fashioned three-point plays here in this ball game. Again, they had 9 free throw attempts compared to just 2 for Lighthouse. So the Lions have to be more careful with those fouls, not give Munster that chance for that extra third point.
One thing I want to pay attention to for Lighthouse especially, they've had the three-pointers in this first half. Does that open up lanes for them to be able to get to the bucket, or to to the glass to get some layups. Will that open up other opportunities for them down the stretch? We'll see. Only time will tell.
Yeah, you look at the big guy Rembert, no points.
But 3 fouls. That's going to be a big one.
But 3 fouls there in that first half again. Well, the great shooting from the outside opens. So you got a guy who's 6'7". Eventually, you're going to have to look to feed it, the ball into him on the inside. Not able to successfully do that in the first half. But again, when you're hitting 3-pointers at 41%, you can live with that. But if those don't start falling, you got to figure out a way to get the big man involved offensively as well.
And we'll see how the defense comes out again for Munster against those 3-point shots. Is that going to continue? We'll see. Are they willing to settle for those? I think it will be the question, even though that's what's keeping them in the game right now.
Yeah, is Coach Hackett going to be content with just letting them take that many? Again, 17 threes in one half that's a lot of 3-pointers.
Yes.
Is Coach Hackett going to be happy and saying, all right, they're not going to shoot 41% again? But again, if they do, they're going to stay in this ball game. So it's how does Mike Hackett want to roll the dice there?
Well, only time will tell. We'll be back in with the second half to show it all to you, and we'll figure it out ourselves. You've been watching Game Day here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals, and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
It's been said that one man's junk is another man's treasure. But at Total Disposal, your junk is our junk. Think of Total Disposal as that key player that has several options: commercial, residential, or hand off your junk at our Blaine Street Partners transfer station. Total Disposal is more than a service provider. We are an innovator for a sustainable tomorrow, well beyond the curb. For a complete list of services, go to TotalDisposal.com. Honesty and dependability, that's the Total Disposal promise.
Attention homeowners, ready to start your next project? Need to pay off your debt? Refinance your home? Unlock the value of your home with a Centier Bank no-fee home equity loan or home equity line of credit. Stop by a local Centier branch today or visit us on the web at centier.com/home equity. Terms and conditions subject to change without notice, subject to credit approval. Centier Bank, NMLS number 408076, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Java Wave at your local Family Express is the perfect way to get your day started or keep you moving at any time. With 12 freshly ground bean-to-cup flavors to choose from, Java Wave at Family Express has just what you're looking for, whether it's hot or iced coffee. To see all of the delicious flavor options and to find a Family Express near you, log on to familyexpress.com/JavaWave.
Welcome back to Highland Holiday Hoopfest, brought to you by Laborers Local 41. Laborers Local 41. To find out how you can have a career as a union laborer, check out laborers41.com. All right, 1 minute to go until the second half begins. All right, Nathan, you tell me all the strategy you can think of right now for either team. Go.
Make buckets. No. Like we talked about with Munster, it's deciding whether or not you want to change things up defensively and defend that three-point line more. That's where Lighthouse likes to live, especially in that first half. What are you going to do on that defensive side? Are you going to let Lighthouse continue to get looks from three and see if they can still hit them at that pace? Lighthouse defensively, maybe you want to put some more pressure on Munster on the inbounds. Maybe you want to look at pressing and try to force those turnovers a little bit. They've had some nice active hands on the defensive side, especially following up a missed shot or anything. Lighthouse did a nice job. Make a quick steal, get the ball right back. We'll see if Lighthouse puts any sort of press on here as we start the second half. They got to do something to slow down this transition game of the Mustangs.
All right, you did a wonderful job covering that entire minute there. I'm impressed.
I covered,
About 55 seconds about, yeah.
Yeah, so 53.2, so.
Very nice.
You're the basketball coach, my friend.
I mean, you can call me that, sure. But most of the play-by-play, you're the analyst. You're supposed to break everything down. We should have actually reversed roles today.
If I could do play-by-play, yes, but that's your skill set.
You can do it for baseball. You might as well try it for basketball. Go ahead, try it.
Nope.
Here goes Holloway to the rack and gets the scoring started early.
Reginald Holloway, no hesitation there, taking to the bucket, and there's some full-court pressure there by the Lions. Devarius Stewart getting in the face of Cundiff.
Just exactly what Nathan called.
Wasn't a full-on full-court press, just some full-court pressure there.
Kinsella had passed that one out. Awuah. Back to Kinsella. Cundiff behind him. He's going to shoot in front of the arc, and that's an air ball. Saved in bounds by Trilly. Awuah thought about the three there. Faked. Passes this one back out. That's a... I know that's you wouldn't think of that, but that might be a candidate for an IKRCC play of the game as Stewart drifting. Going with the layup just a little too soft on the layup attempt, and now Cundiff jumping over all the different players down there, feeding it high-low. Here's to Trilly. Can't make the layup.
Oh, Trilly wants that one back, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Got a jump ball. It's going to stay with Munster. But nice job, as you mentioned, by Trilly saving that ball from going out of bounds. Three of his teammates were already heading back to the defensive end. They thought that possession was long done.
Yeah, it worked out that Kinsella was kind of staying where he had shot the ball, now feeding this one into Trilly. And now the foul will be committed against Bryant. That'll be his second. Trying to feed it again to Trilly, knocked out of bounds. I wonder who they're trying to really feed it to. I wonder if they're going to give it to Trilly again here on this inbounds play.
We've only seen it half a dozen times.
Feeding it. He was cutting to the basket on the opposite side of the block. And another tie-up. This time it'll go to Lighthouse. Shamar Mays asking for it, and Coney won't give it to him.
Did not want to give it the ball. And a little extension of the arm there.
I have a little delay here as Coney tries to tie his shoes.
He's doing a good job of tying his shoes.
He did it successfully. Very good.
You made it seem like he wasn't doing it well.
Apologies. Stewart wasn't even looking, and then he turned down to the right second.
That could have been disastrous.
Gives to Mays, wide open in the corner, just off the front of the rim. Cundiff needs to break through, given to Trilly here, who goes up and lays it home.
Yeah, that's a good look for Lighthouse there, just doesn't fall, but like we said, at half, Munster looks to turn those into transition buckets really quickly. They do it just there.
Both teams only scoring one time so far this half. Holloway.
Trying to get it inside to Bryant. Trilly's doing a nice job in post defense denying him.
Almost stolen away. Bowen goes up, but he gets fouled.
Going to get Coney with the foul.
It's his second.
He comes out of the game. Giba coming in for him.
Long pass into the corner for Mays there. Stewart with the basketball now. Just over 6 minutes to go. Stewart passing out here. Here's Holloway for three. Hits the back iron. Stewart trying to tip that one back in. Cundiff controls. Getting up the floor. Passing down into the corner for Kinsella. Now has to give out to Giba. Here's Awuah, who tries that three-pointer basket. Trilly really fighting hard down there. Couldn't come up with it that time, but here's Shamar Mays. Putting up the little teardrop shot and good for Mays. 15 points for him in the game.
His first two-point field goal that he's made.
That is correct. So he can do something. And this one poked away by Holloway. He lays it home.
Just like that, leads down to 6.
Well, we talked about the runs that Munster can go on. Here's the run for Lighthouse. What is it going to look like? A lot of contact from Stewart. Really aggressive on the defense. I'd love to see it. And a trap there, able to dribble through it, though. Giba has that one poked away by Mays. Into the corner, Kinsella on that skip pass, and Awuah going to bring this one out. Hopefully draws something. He had a little lane, but it closed quickly. Driving inside, going all the way to the rack, Kinsella.
And Lighthouse was packing in the interior of the defense. They're going to let Munster take a three.
Stewart spinning, putting up the shot just short. Man, that could have been a candidate for our IQRCC play of the game. Going a little too far, poked out of bounds. It'll be off of Mays. Nice little spin move down there by Stewart.
Yeah, it was, yeah, and he's showing off that speed. Once he decides to take it to the bucket, he is hard to stop. That's how fast he is.
Winder on the floor.
Rembert checks back in as well. He's got 3 fouls, the big man for Lighthouse.
And you're good with 3 fouls right now with 4:29 left to go in this third quarter. But he picks up a quick third as they feed it into Trilly. Trilly against Rembert, no whistle. A lot of contact. Here's Giba for 3. And down it goes. That's a big shot for Munster to start to pull away a little bit as the lead now 12. 11, excuse me, yes. I was reading that wrong. Told you I'm on break. I don't do the math. Shamar Mays gives in the corner to Stewart. Stewart losing that one. It's going to be out of bounds, and they're going to say that it is going to stay here with Lighthouse.
They're going to call a foul on.
Oh, they have the foul. Okay. Yeah, the foul is on Giba. That's the team's second.
Going back to that last possession by Munster, I like the strategy on the inbounds. Right to Trilly, who had Rembert on him, try to get that 4th foul on Rembert right away.
They're looking for Mays. That's the one thing when you're an inbounder, when you have your eyes glued at the right time or at the right moment there. Rembert getting a little too far underneath the basket there. This one's on the floor. Cundiff throws it, and it's going to be out of bounds. Man, you got Munster guys just diving on the floor to save these plays. Really impressive.
We've seen that from both teams today. Both teams diving after the loose balls. They're trying to get them and maintain possession.
But when you're the inbound passer and you have your eyes glued, it's kind of like a quarterback. If you have your eyes glued on the receiver that you want to go to right from the stretch, the defense knows where you're going. Mays for 3, just short, rebounded by Cundiff. Giba in the corner to Trilly. Fakes. Pumps. It's blocked by Rembert. Coming down with it there was Winder, and they'll give to Stewart here as he crosses the timeline. Spinning. Gets the bucket and fouled.
That foul's going to be called on Sean Kimball. Stavarius Stewart heads to the line. He's making a real good case for that. Crowd Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game. He's been impressive.
It's 3 team fouls for Munster. I'm sorry, 2 team fouls they have on the board. Or do they not update that?
Looks like Cundiff's got to come out of the game, got some blood.
So it is Stewart to the line, and he also made his first field goal, first points that weren't a 3-point basket. So Cundiff had to come out of the game. So into the game now for Munster is Awua.
Mike Hackett wanted to play with 4 for a second. He asked the ref if he can play with 4.
It's an interesting call. As Stewart, not good on the free throw. So he doesn't get the 3-point play. But still brings it to a 9-point game. Kinsella. Awua in the game for Cundiff right now. He's getting checked out by the trainer here. He pulls up a little teardrop shot, and it falls down.
Nice roll there for Awuya. Takes the lead back up to 11 points for the Mustangs.
Mays at the 3-point line has to dish it out here. 2:50 left to go in this third quarter. And lockdown defense here by Kimball. Really good on Mays. Mays just trying to fight his way through. They're going to say it's on the floor. And the foul is going to be on Kimball.
You tell Mays wanted that 3 there. He thought about that after that kind of step back move. He wanted that 3, but wisely did not take it.
Well, in times like this, you're down 11, but it's not time to just chuck up bad threes. Nope. If it's open for you there, then you can take it.
Solomon Johnson checks in for Malachi Bowen.
Stewart was trying to penetrate into the lane, but nothing doing there. There's Rembert. Really impressed with his defense here from Kimball. Getting to that baseline there. Mays going baseline, feeds out to Winder, who has to drive inside the lane, gives it back out. Here's a 3-point basket. Up, no good. Rembert trying for the rebound. Had to be careful, though, because he's playing with those 3 fouls. And he knew it. He backed off immediately. Awuwa, another teardrop shot off the window.
Like the aggressiveness there by Awuwa, and Didn't see a defender stepping in front of him, so he took it all the way himself. Nice pass down to Antoine Winder with the lay-in.
So Winder with the lay-in, and I thought Munster had 4 team fouls. They did update the board. Not that my book's official anyway, so who cares? Trilly pulls up, jumper. No good. Rebound comes down to Winder. Gives up to Mays. Now over to Stewart with 90 seconds left to go in this third quarter. And we'll have a foul before any type of shot.
It's going to be on Kinsella. Nope.
It is going to be on Awua.
Yeah, that's his third.
Yep. And we'll have a full timeout taken by Lighthouse. So we'll step aside. You're watching Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Java Wave at your local Family Express is the perfect way to get your day started or keep you moving at any time. With 12 freshly ground bean-to-cup flavors to choose from, Java Wave at Family Express has just what you're looking for, whether it's hot or iced coffee. To see all of the delicious flavor options and to find a Family Express near you, log on to familyexpress.com/Java Wave.
Welcome back as Labor's Local 41 presents RSN Game Day coverage of the Highland Holiday Hoopfest right here on the Region Sports Network. We got a good one brewing here between Munster and Lighthouse. 10-point lead for the Mustangs now, but we have seen it's kind of been a game of runs. We've seen Munster really get on a good run, and then Lighthouse kind of goes on a run, and then we see a stretch of no buckets being scored. So
it reminds me a little bit of that first game where, Portage got off to the good start. They were in control, but every time it seemed like they were going to pull away, KV would fight their way back in. And can Lighthouse, but they got it down to 4 points at one point in the fourth quarter. Can Lighthouse do that as well here in this ball game? They're going to have to start hitting from three again if they want to.
1:28 to go here in the third quarter. Looking to see who they can get the inbounds to. They do to Rembert. Rembert puts it right home underneath the basket. That's the guy that's his first bucket of the game, and you said 6'7". You would think would get a little bit more offensive touches. So we'll see how that plays out here.
Well, that's one thing we talked about at halftime is getting him more involved offensively and maybe helping, that Munster defense, which is taking away the three, try to get the big man involved.
Cundiff had it poked away. It'll stay here with Munster. Shamar Mays has been all over David Cundiff today. I think that could have been stolen. That's a little miscue there by Solomon Johnson.
Yeah, you saw the Lighthouse coaches. They all kind of jumped up and had that same thought you did, Michael.
Trilly spins. Couldn't get the bucket to fall, but a little good sportsmanship there by Winder, helping Trilly up. So we'll see who do they call the foul on? 0, so that is on Rembert. So that is his fourth. Team's second here of the half. And that's one thing to keep in mind, too. Lighthouse only 2 fouls this half, and I believe both of them have been Rembert. No, he had 3 coming into the half. So he's going to come out of the game with 4 fouls.
Coach Mays talking to the official, not a fan of that call.
.6 seconds to go, by the way, as Trilly at the line makes that one. Nathan, we're going to name the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero Player of the Game at the conclusion of this one. A lot of candidates right now for that one, depending on how the outcome of this game goes. Maybe still hasn't even shined yet. We'll have to see.
I got a couple candidates in mind, but I think the fourth quarter is going to go a long way in telling us who our Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game is.
And they are proud to recognize the superheroes on the basketball court.
Well, one of those guys up for it was just at the free throw line, Brandon Trilly. He's had a real nice game for the Mustangs.
7 of 7 from the line, if I have that correct.
Well, he was 6 for 6 at the half.
Yeah, 8. I forgot that little dot
There's
there.
a 3 by Shamar Mays. There's another candidate for the award.
Awua trying to get across the timeline. Gets into the paint. Had it stolen away by Stewart, though. 26 seconds to go. He goes airborne, lays it home, and gets fouled.
There's that run that Lighthouse needed. Get the three from deep now. A chance at the end one, 3-point play.
The foul is on Kimball, and just like that, Munster up to 6 team fouls now. So we talked about, can Lighthouse stay disciplined? They have, and now it's Munster that's playing a little reckless.
That's the third on Kimball.
Stewart knocks it down.
And it was just, 11, 12-point differential a few minutes ago. Now it's down to 5.
So we were literally just talking about that with 17 seconds to go. What does Munster have here? Oh. And a foul going to be committed against Stewart, and the Lighthouse bench not happy with that call whatsoever. But that's only Stewart's second foul.
But I can't blame them for being upset about that. That looked like a clean steal there.
And Mace is still talking to that near official. Giving a little bit of an ear shot. He's standing right at the half-court line where he's allowed to go to. Trying to get across the timeline here. They got 6 seconds. Cundiff gets around the screen. It's poked from behind, but he keeps. This one's stolen. Stewart's got to put it up, but it's not in time. So 51-46, your third quarter score. It's getting down to a close ball game. We'll see who's got the last run in them in this one. You're watching Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
It's been said that one man's junk is another man's treasure. But at Total Disposal, your junk is our junk. Think of Total Disposal as that key player that has several options: commercial, residential, or hand off your junk at our Blaine Street Partners transfer station. Total Disposal is more than a service provider. We are an innovator for a sustainable tomorrow, well beyond the curb. For a complete list of services, go to TotalDisposal.com. Honesty and dependability, that's the Total Disposal promise.
Java Wave at your local Family Express is the perfect way to get your day started or keep you moving at any time. With 12 freshly ground bean-to-cup flavors to choose from, Java Wave at Family Express has just what you're looking for, whether it's hot or iced coffee. To see all of the delicious flavor options and to find a Family Express near you, log on to FamilyExpress.com/JavaWave.
Welcome back to Highland Holiday Hoopfest, here between Munster and Lighthouse.
Presented by Laborers Local 41.
I was working to that.
There you go.
I was just slowing it down a little bit. All right, start of the fourth quarter here. 5-point game. Munster dishes out to Sipkowski. Cundiff back with it here. Feeds inside to a cutting Trilly, who's able to get that one. He gets fouled too, so he gets the bucket and the foul. A little bit of a late whistle, but it does count. The bucket does count, and we'll see who the foul is on. I believe that may have been on Bryant. Yep.
It looked like the shot was already down by the time the contact was made as well. I think that's going to be Coach Mays' argument.
Man, Trilly, this kid must work on free throws in the front yard quite a bit. What success he's had in Munster. To my knowledge, has not missed a free throw at all today, but most of them being taken by Trilly. Stewart, free throw line, jumper, rattles around and goes down.
Looked like that one was going to roll out, but it stayed in. Big bucket for Lighthouse. Keep this make this a 6-point ball game.
Cundiff having a hard time getting around across the timeline. He was getting close here. Ball's on the floor. Who's going to come up with it? Cundiff tries to get it away. Lighthouse players also hitting the floor. Coney trying to put it home, and he does.
We've seen the Lighthouse defensive aggressiveness pick up big time here.
8-point lead. Lighthouse. Mays had it blocked by Cundiff. Mays gets it back, though. Puts up the shot. Gets fouled from behind, but no whistle. This one's stolen away. Winder gives down to Mays. Mays to the rack.
There's the goaltend.
And they're going to call it a goaltending. So the bucket is... Well, they called a whistle. Did they signal it? There we go. Yeah. Okay. So Mays is going to get credited for the bucket. So it's back to a 6-point game. Cundiff with the ball. And the clock has not, oh, there it goes. I was thinking the clock hadn't started yet, but still for that 1 second that I looked up. Awua with 6:30 left to go. He's trying to drive inside, and the foul. So the bucket will count, and the foul is on Winder, his first.
This is what we talked about at halftime, that Lighthouse, they got to stay aggressive defensively, but these fouls are picking up, and especially these end one opportunities for Munster.
And Awua misses the first Munster free throw of the day. The lead is still 8, 6:22 to go. Stewart gives to Mays. Mays pulling up for three, just off the mark. And we do have guys fighting for it. Okay. And at some point, there should be a whistle when these guys are still holding the ball. I don't know if they have to issue double technicals or whatever, because really, as soon as the official blows the whistle, both guys should really release it.
They're going to get the foul called on Winder.
So that is his second.
Remember, checks back into the ball game.
That is the team 6. So now both teams at 6 team fouls. So the next one for either team will be automatic 1-1. This one poked out by Mays. He's in the corner, and he's got really 3 defenders on him there. He's got Mays and then the out-of-bounds lines. This one's on the floor. Stewart trying to save this one. It's going to come down to Lighthouse. Rembert pulling up for 3. Just hits the front of the iron. Mays trying to steal that one. Cundiff trying to feed inside, but he turns it over. He had a good look. He was trying to stare down Sapowski, but Sapowski wasn't ready for that one. He kind of realized it a little too late, and we'll have a timeout taken by Lighthouse, and I believe this will be a full timeout. We will see here. It is a full timeout, so we'll step aside. You're watching Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Did you know?
They decorate over 210,000 cakes a year.
Did you know?
Their butcher will cut your meat your way.
Did you know?
They have trained floral designers in store.
Did you know?
They will make your wedding cake.
Did you know?
They have a variety of deli bakeable entrees.
Did you know?
Their online app has coupons and so much more. Who does that?
Strachan Van Til. Now you know.
Guys, you just need to relax. Welcome back. Michael Brander, Nathan Laird alongside. Set here, we've got just a few minutes left here this fourth quarter between Lighthouse and Munster. 5:48 left to play. I think that's a good timeout taken by Coach Mays. I think he's realizing his guys are getting a little bit frantic.
Yeah,
he was telling his guys, hey, just kind of calm down a little bit.
Yeah, and play under control defensively. They got to put together stops here. The fouls, like I said, have racked up for them. There's still plenty of time left. 5:45 to go. It's only an 8-point game, so you're not out of this by any stretch of the imagination. No. But you got to start putting together some defensive stops and not fouling.
Winder giving up to Rembert. Rembert only 2 points in this game. Mays pulling up for 3. That shot won't go. Rembert almost came down with the rebound. He does end up coming down with the shot. Now dishing it out. Munster able to take it away from him. Giving all the way to Trilly, who's going to have pretty much a wide open lane right there. So he gets another 2 points. Brings the lead back to 10. Stewart thought he had a lane. It closed out quickly. Pulls up for 3 and hits.
Huge bucket there for Lighthouse.
First triple since that first quarter. Now we'll see the press put on. Mays all over Cundiff here with 4:50 to go. That one poked out. Taken away by Lighthouse. So 7-point lead could dwindle down here. Long range 3 for Stewart. Rebound coming down to Kinsella there, and we have a technical taken on Coach Mays as he's yelling. I think he's yelling. I thought he was yelling at his players at first, but now he's yelling at the official.
We had a jump ball initially called.
So now the question's going to be who technically would have possession.
Because they called the jump ball at first. Possession went to Lighthouse. And they called a foul on
Bowen, it looks like.
Malachi Bowen. His third.
Free throw is good for Cundiff. We'll try to sort this out.
Official asking Coach Mays if he wants to stay in this ball game.
Cundiff knocks both down here. So it'll be possession. So those are the technical fouls that were issued to Coach Mays.
The T was very subtle. I didn't even really see it.
Well, I saw, yeah, it was very simplistic, if you will, but that's Awua now with the basketball. So the possession will stay with Munster here, obviously on the technical. But I know there's some rule that if they didn't have the possession or something, I don't know, there's big three knocked down by Kinsella there.
They called it just a two.
Oh, a two-pointer by Kinsella, excuse me, right near the line there. So Mays trying to drive inside the lane and a whistle as the lead was cut down to 7. Now it's back up to 11. So technical really hurting right now.
Oh, that followed by the deep two.
Now that foul is on Awua. Now that's his fourth team foul. Or I'm sorry, his fourth foul and the 7th for the team. Lighthouse had 8 team fouls at the moment. So an automatic 1-and-1 situation here. Mays unsuccessful on the front end of the 1-and-1. It's 1 of 3 from the line today. Cundiff had this one poked away. That 10-second clock still trickling down here as this one's stolen away, but now taken back by Trilly. Trilly trying to spin in the lane, gets around the defense. Wow. What a play. Brandon Trilly all the way around. From getting it across half court, losing it, getting it back. That shot blocked. Here he goes to Kinsella. He'll go up, and he gets his shot blocked by Mays, and they will call a foul on Mays. Only his second. That'll be the team's 9th.
I like Coach Mays' messages to a team right there. He just said, look over here. Relax, play smart. It's not over yet. Just kind of, they're rushing things on the offensive end the last couple possessions. Trying to calm his guys down here a little bit. Still 3:42 to go. They trail by 13. Sizable deficit, but it's not over yet. He's right.
Free throw knocked down by Kinsella. Man, Munster really impressive from the charity stripe today.
Yeah.
Only one miss. Jinxed it.
Going to have a foul called on Jermaine Coney, I believe. Yep.
That'll be the 3rd on Coney. Yep, that is correct. And so that puts them at 18 fouls. Again, a 1-and-1 situation. And going to the line will be Bowen. Nathan, we got the blue-collar player of the game to a handout after this one.
Brought to you by the Regions. Blue-collar efforts today.
Yeah,
a lot of guys diving on the floor.
That's brought to you by the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Bowen knocks down that first one, so cuts the deficit a little bit here. And we have a lane violation call, no basket. Ooh, that's a technical. I don't think he meant to do that, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't think he meant to throw it. I mean, I don't know. He threw it kind of aggressively, I guess, but threw the ball right at the ankles of the official. So,
I mean,
it didn't look intentional, but I agree why the official called that, especially when.
I'll let you agree with that.
So Cundiff to the line.
If Coach Mays hasn't been working over the officials as much during this game, does that get called? I mean,
you have a point.
You know, I think you can read intent in there.
Did he miss the first one and make the second one?
Yes.
Okay.
These are teenagers. Let them play.
Yeah. Are you saying you agree with why he called it?
No, I agree with why. I don't think that should have been called. There was nothing malicious behind that.
Mays getting the body there. Mays will get the call for that. Yeah, I didn't think there was anything malicious about it. I think he was just trying to throw it to the official. It just happened to be low. But the way that this game has been played, I kind of understand where the official's coming from, and that's why the official's still talking to some of the players. That free throw missed by Kinsella. I agree with you. I don't think that should have been a call, but
that should have been a warning.
I agree. I think that, but I do see where the official's coming from, I guess is what I'm trying to say, but I agree with you that it should not have been a call. 15-point lead. Mays pulling up for three, hits the front end. Rebound comes down to Awua, but this is on the floor now. Taken up by Trilly now. Given to Cundiff. Still a little over 3 minutes left to go in this game. Cundiff puts it back from Trilly.
Trilly with the one-handed putback. Makes it a 17-point lead.
It feels like the air has been taken out of this place after that last technical. Well, because I think everybody just kind of saw that happen, and they're like, ooh, Stewart going to the rack.
Very Stewart's been really impressive this game for Lighthouse.
I agree.
I think we'll be talking about him in our post game.
Cundiff bringing it up the floor quickly. 2:45. Pulls up from the elbow. Doesn't go in. Trilly tried to rack that one in, but
they're going to get Trilly with the foul.
That'll be his second foul. Team's 10th. No, I'm sorry, their 9th.
Coach Hackett calling Cundiff over, I think, telling him, you don't need to rush that shot. We're up by 15 points.
Yeah, no reason to run up the floor like he was doing. So to the line is Winder. By the way, Winder was called for that foul where the ball was given to the official and there was a call there. Free throw no good for Winder. Cundiff given to Trilly, now over to Awua. Now we're probably going to see a little bit of passing, but Trilly pulling up from the free throw line. 2:27, long pass to Stewart. Trying for the three-point basket to get the call for the whistle. He tried to put the contact into it.
Tried for the James Harden there?
Yeah.
The Trae Young?
Put the foot out.
I saw after that shot attempt by Trilly, Coach Hackett kind of put his head down and shook his head a little bit, and I think he's telling his guys now, no need for shots like that.
So that is the fourth foul on Winder, and they already have 10 team fouls, so Trilly goes to the line. Where he is now 10 of 10 from the line.
That's impressive.
That's very impressive.
That goes from being not too bad to very impressive.
Well, you are one that is easily impressed. I know that.
That's very true.
The athletic ability of others is always marveling to me, considering I have absolutely zero.
Right there with you.
Mays going all the way through the defense and through. We might see Munster kind of be I wouldn't call it lackadaisical, but just might be a little bit more forgiving on defense, as this lead is pretty sizable right now.
You got another game to play later on. Looks like they're going to get the Portage Indians. Team they've already played before. A 14-point Munster win earlier this year, back on November 27th.
And if the score holds, Lighthouse will get Kankakee Valley.
Kankakee Valley.
Already moved on to the championship game are the Morton Governors. You saw that right here on the Region Sports Network last night.
Yeah, went over the host Highland Trojans in the semifinal game last night after a win over Hanover Central in the morning. Hanover Central got a win over Whiting in the consolation game. So we'll have either KV or Lighthouse taking on Whiting in the 7th place game on tomorrow. 5th place game will be Hanover versus either Lighthouse or KV.
And that'll be on Rembert, so that's number 5 on him. We'll send Munster to the line again, and those games this evening are at 5:30 and 7:30.
Yep,
respectively.
5:30 for what will be KV versus Lighthouse. So I think we could say that now. 1:09 left, a 15-point Munster lead. Looks like the Mustangs are going to take this one.
Caden Atkins has checked into the game for the Mustangs for the first time today.
Trilly and Cundiff are out.
First free throw good for Kinsella. A little long on the second attempt there. 74-58. We got 65 seconds to go. It'll be Lighthouse basketball.
And folks are going to look at this final score that they haven't watched the whole game. I think Munster dominated this game. And, the wheels have kind of fallen off for Lighthouse here the last couple minutes. But they were, it was down to a 5-point game at one point here in the fourth quarter?
Yeah. Well, and this is one of those things where they're going to learn a lot from this game.
Yeah.
Mays pulling up for three again and rattles that one home. Shamar Mays, he can hit all the way from the parking lot.
Under a minute to go. Sorry.
Nope, I was just going to say that myself. It's like you were in my head or something. This one poked away. Stewart with a nice back behind the back pass given to Mays for the layup. That might be an IKORCC play of the game. We'll have to see.
That was impressive.
And Mays stealing that one and putting it home on the inbound. So this is looking a little bit more respectable now.
Down to 9 with 30 seconds left.
In the corner, that was Sipowski. So now the foul that will send him to the line with 22 seconds. Yeah, all of a sudden this was looking like a little bit of a blowout. Now it's brought down to within single digits. That was a nice behind-the-back pass to Mays from Stewart. Getting the layup in. Sipowski gets his first point of the game. Knocking that one down. And he's got two. So back to an 11-point lead. Mays pulling up from long range again, just off the mark.
That one in and out. That was online. Just
trying to get a turnover here. This one poked out of bounds. It'll go to Lighthouse with 12.5. So, yes, there's an inevitable ending, but Lighthouse not giving up. They're still showing aggressiveness. I like it.
Like the fight for the from the Lions here late in this ball game.
Stewart going all the way to the rack, drops it down. Devarius Stewart, really impressive in this one here today. Definitely a guy that stands out to me. Had those 3 triples in the first quarter. Was kind of quiet in that second quarter. Then came alive in that third and fourth quarter again. A little short on that free throw attempt for the 3-point play when it's going to be out of bounds and stay with Lighthouse with 6.8 seconds to go. Mays in the corner, pulls up from his 3-point shot. Rebound comes down, and that's how this one will end. 76-67, your score. Munster advances on this evening for a chance at the championship as, Munster's won this thing in the last couple of years, so they're no strangers to this spot, but this is probably one of the toughest battles they've had in an opening round contest in quite a few years.
Yeah, Lighthouse gave them all they can handle. Again, don't be fooled by that final score. Lighthouse played this game really tough, and, they had some great three-point shooting, but, Munster's interior and that transition defense to offense is what propelled the Mustangs here.
All right, we're going to step aside. We'll crunch the numbers, and we'll bring you our award winners in just a moment. You're watching Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Indiana laborers are the best trained, safest, and most productive workforce around. Day after day, year after year, union laborers in Indiana go to work and get the job done. On time, on budget, and with fewer lost time accidents than any other trade. Why is that? It starts with the training these professionals receive through the Indiana Laborers Training Trust Fund. Since 1968, we've been responsible for a hands-on skill training program that has enrolled more than 25,000 laborers. Take the finest instructors and staff in the industry. Leading-edge training facilities and a safe environment conducive to learning, and combined with an eager and qualified laborers to produce the safest, most productive, and reliable workforce in the industry. The proud men and women of Indiana's Laborers International Union.
I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
Did you know? Wow, they'll prepare fresh fish while you wait.
Did you know?
They make over 40,000 donuts from scratch every week.
Did you know?
They offer 23 different deli platters for your party.
Did you know?
They have freshly chopped fajita mix ready to cook.
Did you know?
They have the best fried chicken in the area.
Did you know?
They offer our signature curbside service 14 hours a day.
Strachan Van Til. Now you know.
Attention homeowners, ready to start your next project? Need to pay off your debt? Refinance your home? Unlock the value of your home with a Centier Bank no-fee home equity loan or home equity line of credit. Stop by a local Centier branch today or visit us on the web at centier.com/home equity. Terms and conditions subject to change without notice, subject to credit approval. Centier Bank, NMLS number 408076, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Game Day here on the Region Sports Network. Highland Holiday Hoopfest brought to you by Laborers Local 41. Michael Brenner, Nathan Laird alongside. We had a really good matchup there. 2 really good games today.
Yeah, we did. We had 2 games that got a little bit closer in the fourth quarter than I think we thought they were going to be. And then, one of the teams ends up running away with it and winning by a handful of points here. Portage over KV this morning, the game we just watched. Munster over Lighthouse, 76-67 the final, but Lighthouse, I think, played them tighter than that. Yeah,
definitely one of the toughest competitions in this tournament. Munster has probably faced in an opening round matchup in quite a while. So really impressed with Lighthouse. They'll play a little bit later on tonight at 5:30 against KV. And then the semifinal matchup is Portage and Munster. That'll be around 7:30-ish.
Approximately.
Yeah, something around there.
Well, it depends on what time that first game ends.
Yeah, it all depends. All right, let's take a look at our Crowd Companies Lantern Man superhero of the game. The Crowd Companies are the insurance superheroes. Nathan, who you got for that one?
Well, Brandon Trilly, no surprise there. 10 of 18 from the field, but 11 for 11 from the charity stripe. 31 points for him on the afternoon to go along with 8 rebounds. 5 of them defensively, 3 of them on the offensive side. Added 3 assists as well. Just a dominant performance for Brandon Trilly, who increased his scoring average. But again, you look at that work from the free throw line. Going 11 for 11 is outstanding.
I was going to say, if you get double figures just by going to the free throw line, that's not too shabby. That's a pretty good day.
That is very true. So an outstanding performance from him. A superhero-like performance. He's the Crowd Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game.
All right, let's go ahead and name our IKORCC play of the game, brought to you by IKORCC. Learn more at IKORCC.com.
And this is going to go to a play late in the game. Game already decided. Munster's got this thing wrapped up. But a beautiful play from Shamar Mays.
It was Stewart giving it to Mays.
Stewart to Mays. Thank you very much.
A little behind the back pass.
Behind the back. Yes. There you go. A little bit of spin behind the back there to Shamar Mays for the lay-in and the score. Again, game's already decided there, but one of the most impressive plays you'll see on a basketball court there. Just keep the body under control there.
And the thing I liked about that play was, yes, the game was really decided at that point, but these guys were still fighting out here really, really hard, despite the fact that the game was pretty much decided. But they're still fighting hard. They're still putting their foot on the throttle and doing what they can to score buckets.
Yeah, and showing that creativity on the court as well. Always impressive to see.
The follow-up right after that, though, Shamar Mays stealing an inbounds play and putting a bucket right back up. That's 4 points in just a matter of 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So not too shabby. All right, let's take a look at our blue-collar player of the game, brought to you by the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Yeah, David Cundiff, the young guard, the sophomore guard for the Munster Mustangs, had an outstanding game. 13 points. That's 3 points above his season average. He only had 3 points in the second half. He had 10 at halftime. But with the way he ran that offense, 13 points, 12 rebounds for the guard as well. 10 assists, so yeah, triple-double.
Yeah.
Messed around and got a triple-double.
That's ho-hum for a day.
For a sophomore as well. Pretty impressive. 2 for 4 from the three-point line, 3 of 4 from the charity stripe. So and defensively, he had a tough task as well between Shamar Mays and Devarius Stewart. He had his hands full defensively as well. Played a nice game defensively. But again, just the way he led the offense, doing everything, scoring, dishing it out, rebounding. That's a blue-collar effort there by the sophomore David Cundiff. He's the Region Sports Network blue-collar player of the game.
All right, great candidate there. And big thanks to the Munster staff for giving us some of these stats that are a little bit more sophisticated than what I can write down. So big thanks to them for letting us have copies of those. Our executive producer, Chris Ramirez, coordinating producer, Nathan Laird. He's also my broadcast partner today. Rich Castillo working the board ops. Evan Capozzi, I feel weird looking at him behind the camera there. Every time I feel like I smile at the camera, I'm smiling at him, but he smiles right back, so it's always nice.
Evan's always got a smile on his face.
That's true.
One
He's
of the
a
friendliest guys you'll know.
He's a happy kid. All right, and big thanks to Ryan Harrington, the AD here at Highland, getting us great setup here and taking care of us whenever we need it. Big thanks to Mike Hackett and Coach Mays for Lighthouse and Munster. And then, of course, thank you guys, the viewers here on Facebook.com/RegionSports and RegionSports.com. Don't forget 2 more games later on today. Games 3 and 4 of our quadruple header. 5:30, 7:30, start a little bit before those go on the air, but you'll get notifications on Facebook.
That's right. Just follow us here at facebook.com/Region Sports. Hit that like button. You'll get that notification every time we go live. Mike Zajac and Isaiah Gransberry will have the call for tonight's game, so it should be a whole lot of fun as we see the seeding for Thursday is all finalized.
Yeah, it'll be the same 4 teams, but different opponents today, so make sure you stay tuned in. You've been watching Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only